Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to review round 17 of the 2025 AFL Supercoach season. So a pretty average week for ourselves at 22.18. Was above the average round score, but top 26% for the round, and we did slide 770 spots down the overall rank. So it's going to be hard to hold on to the top 50k given the state of our team, but it is what it is. So in terms of this week, we had in defence Geordie Clark. I think he copped a tag from what I saw George talking about this morning with a 50-point return. So he'll bounce back. We're not worried about him. Sheezer with a 94, is a little bit below average, but definitely one to consider leaving out next year. McKercher was good with a 123, so we're happy with that. Fryer also stunk it up this week with a 41. Callum Mills with a 107 though was nice, and Tom McCarthy with an 82. So he's made 115k, 113 in 1 week, which is very handy. Tip to make another 60k this week. So nice quick 170k if you've got enough trades to do something with that. Carroll played this week as well, so 57 for him was nice, making a little bit more cash, but again, don't know if we've got the trades to actually do a lot with that. In the midfield, so Dakes was good with a 127, Butters with a 113 was solid. We took the VC on Bont with a 133, and I think it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I'm pretty sure I had the captaincy on Bailey Smith to begin with. Finn Callahan was good though, 144. Brayshaw with a 103. I think, did well to get to that, given Clark and Sarong also scored poorly. Merritt was fantastic with a 159. I think he was our top scorer. Caldwell with a 96 was fine. And Clary with the 76 is just doing his best. Noddy with an 80, so he's started to lift the cash again. Nice break even this week. Could get up towards 400, but again, don't know if I've got enough trades to really do much with that. In the rucks, Gorn 79 rather, a bit down. Cherry with a 126 was good though. Luke Jackson with just the 80 in the forward line. As we said, Baz missed out, so we end up copping all the scores, like including the 41. Martin with 68 was disappointing. Darcy with 73 was quiet. Daniel with 79. So, the forward line didn't do a lot this week. Even Hewitt with 66. Although, to be fair, that's his average, so we can expect that. And TDK with just a 66 as well. So, I think if you look at the most popular trade outs, it's a few of those underwhelming picks, but would be nice to have some trades. But in terms of the head-to-head stuff, let's have a look. So, close one. Katrina got me by 2 points. That's pretty stiff. I'll be honest, I hadn't looked at the head-to-head stuff before this video. So, where was the difference? Bont. So, I had Bont as VC, so had Heaney as captain. So, I definitely won out there. But I guess you look at like Rosie, 131, Nasiah, 155, Jack McRae, 116. And it's more so no 50 and 41 in there. I think 63 for Sarong was the lowest. So just a bit more consistent across the park, getting the win there for Katrina. Just having a look. So 23.80 is a pretty good one. 23.93. So I think, the 23.93 for Lockie's team. Frogs galore, getting the job done. So VC Dacos, which was nice. Kennedy with a ton. Marshall with 135 in the ruck. Newcomb with 99s, close enough. Mills had Jackson and Noddy as well. Cherry had Merritt, Holmes with an even 100. Rosie and Nasiah again were the keys to a good score. I just noticed Jason's Raiders was the 23.87. That's probably second best in the league. That is very stiff there, Jace, to get done by 6 points on the with the second best score in the league. Anyone else that's in there? So Tom Green, Noah Anderson with 127 was good. Archer May, the cheapie, was 65. That's decent. How much money did he make? 50k. Nice. Other than that, yeah, had Merritt, Rosie, Messiah, all the guns. Actually, should have a look at other players we might have missed. So Libba top scored this week with a 171, which was very good. He's been killing it, averaging 114 for the year. So yeah, well done if you're in the 15% that got on him. Max Hall, so I think he was like a preseason cheapie. Looks like it with 280k made and scored a 144. So what's that give him? A nice negative 27 break even. So well done to the 10% who have him. Kieran Briggs came back in the ruck and promptly dropped a 141. So well done to the 1000 that were on him. And I guess, probably had a bum score in there to give him a break even of 51. 55 is not the worst, but can see a few low scores there. So yeah, don't know what the excuse was. I guess playing West Coast was probably the reason for that. Big score this week. Meek went well against, I forget who he was against this week. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, the Saints, so Marshall. Matchup, nice. Speaking of Marshall, he was there. Myers and Guthrie were good for Geelong. Brody Grundy, 720k, that's pretty crazy. If you're one of the 3% on him, well done to you. Errol with the 122, so I know a few people tried to get on. 3.3% have, so well done to you guys. Averaging 120k in the 3 games that he's been back. Other than that, don't know if there's anything too crazy. I guess for those that are looking for those last bit of cash, Job Shanahan this week with a negative 83 is the cheapie of the week. Scored a 94 on the weekend. So, I guess could be one to target in the forward line. You've still got McCarthy, still got to make some money. Madden probably won't get the game time to make any more money with Briggs back. Archer May looks like he's going all right. Could get on now. Campbell Gray, he could be back soon, so we'll keep an eye out. After that, a few dead rookies. So Toro scored an 81. So well done to people who got on him last week, made 46k. Max Hall with the monster there, so negative 27. Angwin, so only his second game, scored a 90 to go with a 76. So a bit more expensive, but could be a sneaky pot if he can get the game time. Lockie Sullivan went well with an 89. So lots of cheapies went well this week. But I don't know if there's too many in this section that are must-haves. It's probably, the top sort of 4 or 5, or particularly Shanahan, May, and McCarthy, I think might be the 3 that makes sense to grab there if you're looking to make some money. Obviously, if you just want to cash out, any 99k player will do the job. So I probably don't have too much to report in terms of the team this week because I don't think we're doing any trades this week. I'll just bring Hewitt back on field. Butler, how long's he out? Not sure. Simpson still got a couple of weeks, so that's fine. Don't know, is TDK injured or are people just not happy with that score? Not too sure. We'll leave him in for the time being. And so then this week, potential trades. Captain, vice captain, because we can't do trades. Lions, Carlton. So I've only really got TDK in that matchup, and I don't know if he's the one to go. Collingwood, Gold Coast, maybe Dacos. Bulldogs at Marvel is always nice for Bont, so maybe we VC Bont. And then just looking a bit deeper, like this matchup sort of says Butters is a pretty easy captaincy option. Um, yeah, Saints we don't have. Sydney we've got Mills. Cherry and Gorn go up against each other, so don't know if that's worth looking at. Yeah, so I think that's the obvious Bont into Butters. I'm just going to go with that. Keep it simple, and we'll see how we go. But yeah, that's the video. So as always, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the AFL content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.